Sasquatch call or factual fart, you make the choice. Welcome, everybody, to the Squatchers Lounge Podcast, Season 8. They said, you'll never make it past the first year on your own. That was 3 seasons ago, so here we are. That's right, we're belting them out, and tonight, this season, we're talking about hoaxers that suck. And we are going to wrap up the saga that is the car salesman. That's right, the used car salesman. Ricky, trailer, something or other. I always want to put trailer trash in there. I haven't quite figured it out, but hang tight because there's a special guest right here, right now in the studio with me tonight is none other than Sea-Dog McChinbeard. Collier Wilmus from Collier's Nightmares. That's right. Oop, I kicked him out of the stream again. There he is.
I just keep getting kicked out.
There you go, brother. Your Instagram is what?
Collier1330. That's where you can find me. I am most active on the Instagram, but I am still on Facebook under Collier's Creature Crypt. But I just recommend following me on Instagram. Follow me on the gram.
The gram of the Insta.
The gram is, I think, what the kids call it these days.
I don't know. I still haven't figured out Instagram. Everybody tells me that I should, but yeah, whatever. Okay, that's great.
Personally, I find it better because I can control it a lot better than I can Facebook. Because Facebook is just... I find it easy to wallow in your own self-pity there.
And Facebook is an evil corporation. It might as well be the umbrella corporation. I mean, seriously, folks, it really they're bowing to conservative needs. What? Mark Zuckerberg is like the uber liberal, but anyhow, we're not about politics on this show. We're about the big hairy fat fucker that you find on the woods. Oh, by the way, this show is not for children under the age of 13. If you're under 13 and you're listening to this alone, go ask mama if you can listen to Reverend Jeff talk about Bigfoot.
So this isn't like, I don't have to watch what I say, do I?
No, absolutely not. No, we've been demonetized long ago. Facebook or YouTube can eat it. If you like what we do, find us on Patreon, patreon.com/Cryptic Corner.
Well, in that case, I'd say if YouTube doesn't like it, they can lick Hank's taint.
There you go. Peggy, have you seen my prosthetics? Damn it, Peggy. I told you to always have a saw in the car. Y'all missed it. It was funny. We were in Bluff Creek. Anyhow.
Peggy, that Bigfoot ain't right.
At 6:30 in the morning already, that boy ain't right. So here we go, folks. That's right. We are talking about the 2012 Hank on Tour, the Bigfoot doll of Rick Dyer. But first, we're going to talk about, as soon as I can remember what the hell I was doing over here. There we go. We are going to talk about the movie that started this whole crapshoot. Documentary filmmaker is injured and shaken after joining 3 groups of men from the world of Bigfoot hunting. Director and starring Morgan Matthews, Carmine Thomas Biscardi, Wayne Burton, Rick Dyer, and a bunch of other people. That's right, Shooting Bigfoot. Now, the movie in itself wasn't that bad. I enjoyed actually watching this cast of... It's like they Googled who's the worst people in Bigfoot, and they went and followed those people because Morgan Matthews was a Brit, and he didn't know any better.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Saying that, it originally, it's just horrible. It really is just horrible. That's where Joan, get me a Snapple comes from. Is from the movie Shooting Bigfoot. Now, during that Shooting Bigfoot episode, movie shooting, they came up with the Bigfoot tent video from the movie. Now, this is what I call Phil Senior, or from American Chopper. What the heck? Not Phil. Is that his name? Phil, the father from American Chopper. I mean, if you look at him, that's literally what that mask actually looks like.
Actually, I remember seeing this in a video, and I think they narrowed it down to which mask they probably bought. They probably bought a Bigfoot mask by Eric Lubati
and modified it from there.
Yeah, probably added a little bit more hair, or maybe they just the way the lighting came off.
I mean, even Reverend Jeff carried it into Fringe News number 35 way back in the day, and all those are still on my YouTube channel. All of my early work I have not taken down. Those were actually fun to do, but they were a whole lot of work, and they didn't get a whole lot of watch. But yeah, the Paul Senior Bigfoot Sasquatch video is what started it all, because in the movie Shooting Bigfoot, supposedly Rick Dyer killed this Bigfoot, and it became dead. And that's where the 2012 hoax all began, with Ricky Dyer saying, guess what? I finally did it. I'm the best Bigfoot killer in the world because I caught me and killed me a Bigfoot. And this, my friend, is the birth of Hank. That's right. Now, it was covered by New York Daily News, Texas Channel 4, Fox News, LRT, ABC, Channel 8. I mean, every one of those moron news corporations couldn't see that this was not a real Bigfoot. Now, the self-described best Bigfoot tracker in the world released more pictures of the mystical creature he shot and killed in Texas in September of 2012, and plans for an international tour where Bigfoot body will finally be made available for the public viewing as it's expected next week. That's right. Ricky Dyer, who has been tracking the legendary beast full time since 2008, announced recently he actually killed the mysterious beast behind the Home Depot in San Antonio. He claims he killed 2 other adult and adolescent, and there are more Bigfoot out there. His declaration has been met with much skepticism, but Dyer told the Daily News he'll begin a tour of the creature's body on February 6th. In Flagstaff, Arizona. And that is where, there it is. It looks like a monster, Dyer explained. There is Dyer's, I guess, necropsied Bigfoot. Is that what the Y-shaped?
Yeah, I think in the center? That was supposed to indicate an autopsy incision.
Well, it would be a necropsy because it's an animal, not a human. But
you know what I mean.
It's even got a penis.
Oh, it's got a pee-pee, boys.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be real because it's got the pee-pee.
This Bigfoot is anatomically correct, so therefore it cannot be faked.
That's right. It's anatomically correct. I mean, look, if Patterson and Gimler were faking boobs in 67, they would have looked something like this. I mean, seriously, they didn't have any creature making skills, as is whoever made this poor bastard didn't have any creature making skills either. But oh my God, dude, as soon as the pictures were released on this, I didn't know. I mean, like, how are you people falling for this shit?
I really don't want to like attack the artist who made this, because I can tell that Dyer, which is like, I don't want to spend a lot of money here.
I got $5,000, make me a Bigfoot.
I got no. I probably am like, I have $500. What can you give me?
Hey, bro, I got 2 tickets to Pizza Hut and a 6-pack of Schlitz. What can you do? What you got laying around that we can make a Bigfoot out of? I'm gonna make $1 million.
Like, oh my God! Is this part where we go into how like wrong the suit is?
Well, that is why, in case you people are wondering why Collier's in here with me tonight, it's because Collier is in fact our in-house special effects creator, and he can actually tell you some of the techniques that would actually be used to create such a obvious delusion,
fabrication,
fabricate representation.
I guess you could call this a
An effigy, if you like.
yeah, effigy would be good. An artistic
Look at that.
interpretation.
That was a 3-syllable word that I knew the definition to.
Oh, there you go. Like, God,
So where do we start? Do we start at the head, or do we start at the
let's
body,
start at the head.
or do we start at the penis?
Well, we can start at the penis if you would like.
Okay, well, there's a good shot of the penis for you.
I don't even know what I'm looking at.
I don't know, it's like a finger. It's like somebody's finger mold that they just like glued down there to be a penis.
I feel like the artist,
he probably didn't have that. I'll bet you Dyer added the penis later. It's not real enough, dude. We gotta make it a penis. We gotta have a penis on there.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Who knows? Maybe the artist just didn't want to focus on the anatomical details of a penis. Or maybe he was just like, well, we don't know what a Bigfoot penis is, so
what a Bigfoot penis look like.
Yeah. How do you know what a Bigfoot penis looks like? You don't know.
I mean, I like the way he's got the hair kind of going sideways down the abdomen as it kind of would grow that way.
Yes.
You know, I mean, kind of like it grows down the back of my doggy's, back like that. It's and the huge raw cut down now that cut was done by the creator. Like that wasn't done later. That almost seems like that's molded into it.
Yeah, I think that's probably was the case. Honestly, a detail I probably would have added if I were the maker of the suit. I probably would have made it look like the hair was shaved away.
Right, because
I can imagine that you would want to do that medically because. That'd just be a pain in the ass cutting with the hair already there.
You're getting the hair everywhere.
And I've watched plenty of
Jesus, Lucy,
movies.
Haven't you heard of waxing?
I've been watching a lot of Orangutan Island, and every time they do surgery on the orangutans, they have to shave them. So,
wouldn't you do Orangutan Island? Yeah, man.
Yeah, poor orangutans. But also, I don't know. I'm not a fan of the hair that they have going on here.
Well, it's obvious fun fur. I mean, it's not even.
I'm not even sure it's fun fur because that has more of a plasticky sheen to it.
So you think it might be like wig hair that they just glued on it?
No, I'm on the side of thinking they got pounds and pounds of crepe hair possibly.
Hey, you know what? I got a whole bunch of last year's Easter basket straw.
Or hell, they could have even used wool.
Oh, hand-pulled wool. Yeah, that would make it look real. Not.
And it's clear that what they did was they did this technique called hand laying hair, which is basically a technique where you go in and you glue the hair on strip by strip. It's a very quick process and it's cheap. So I'm willing to bet that's the way they went because of how cheap it is. I've done.
I mean, all he's missing is the ZZ Top braid in his goatee there.
There you go. Because if you wanted this to look real, what you would have done is go in with this technique called hair punching, where you take this modified needle and you basically stick each hair in at a time into the rubber.
Hand punching the rubber hairs in there would just be god awful.
Yeah, it gives you. I've done it. I took a whole month punching hairs into a Bigfoot mask that I was making. And God, it took half a month just to do the front of the head.
I mean, this is just, the more I stare at this, the more I just want to punch it. Now, of course, they did the whole Minnesota Iceman thing where they put it in a case so that nobody could actually touch it. For it's almost like a haunted house exhibit.
Also, I know this is supposed to be a dead Bigfoot, but it lacks a level of finesse and structure to it. I don't feel any anatomical detail underneath the fur.
Yeah, it's just like a slab of meat with some hair on it.
Yeah. I don't get any definition.
I mean, look at that face.
And
News 7 on your side. News 7 can't Google Rubber Suit Man from 2008.
And clearly they didn't. The paint looks like it was just slapped on. It looked like what he did was.
It looks like he's trying to put the black face on before he puts a mask of his own on. You're going to try and wear a human mask so you can fit in?
Well, it looks like he did a dry brush technique where he painted a dark shade first and then kind of stippled a light coat over it.
Damn it, Wally, we ain't got no more time, man. Hurry up.
Yeah, probably. I'm seriously, I want to reiterate. I think that what happened was he just got whoever would do it for the cheapest, for $500 maybe, and they ran wild. And also the hair. This is one thing I pointed out with multiple hoaxes, like when Todd Standing did that. What was it? The Peking Devil one.
Yeah.
The one way to always spot a hoax is look at the hairline.
Well, yeah, his hairline comes all the way down into his eyebrows.
Yeah. Not only that, it's just this one's kind of very crudely. Like you can see where the hair is glued. Like it's hard to say without me having a cursor over it. But yeah, right there. See on the, I guess it'd be the right brow, how the hair kind of dips in. And it kind of looks like it's matted to the brow. That's where the glue is.
Hey, oops. Too much glue, damn it. That stuff's expensive. Stop it.
Yeah.
Is there any more pictures in this one? No, there are no more pictures in this one.
I think it's just the same picture all over.
Old Fox News here. Straight up foxnews.com covered it. I mean, this was January 2016 or 2014. Picture of dead Hank. 100% real. Bigfoot says he shot and killed the mythical monster in the wooded area of California. All of a sudden now that's changed. No longer killed it outside of San Antonio. I'm sure that this is just quoted improperly because it's literally like pull quote, who the hell knows from where. Until Thursday, Dyer provided no evidence of his kill outside of a grainy video he shot at the creature in the documentary called Shooting Bigfoot. See, Morgan Matthews, it is 150% your fault. Damn it, Morgan.
Why you got to be like this? Also, the hair is very monochromatic.
Yeah,
there would be a little bit of variation if this
is it an aged Bigfoot? Has he gone gray? Is that why his pee-pee's all shriveled up?
Probably.
I mean, the shriveled up pee-pee's disturbing. I mean, it even has a fingernail. That's what I don't. Why does a pee-pee have a fingernail? Mommy, why are they talking about hairy pee-pees on the Squatchers Lounge podcast tonight? Because of Rick Dyer, damn it.
So if there are any parents that are pissed right now, blame Rick Dyer because he's the one who put a finger pee-pee on it.
That's right. Hey, let's take a short break here for a moment and say howdy to them peoples that's hanging out there in podcast land. How about that? Let's see.
Well,
howdy to them people hanging out there. All right. Okay, we'll go up to the top of my list up here in the air. And Duncan, there he is. The man, the myth, the legend. We're going to say hello to his wife, Mary, too. They're going to come and meet us up in the Redwoods in May. That's going to be one heck of an adventure. There's Miss Bella Allegria. Howdy. There's Lance Windsor, the great white hunter from the great white north. There, the man is the quasi man himself, Mr. Dean Cooper.
Oh, can I say my special hi to Dean?
No, you cannot. That's a private thing.
Okay,
and you must keep that in a private thing. That's right. We'll have an after hangout. You can do it then. There, Mr. Shane Barber. What's up, Shane? And Tim McCune. Hello, Tim McCune. And let's see here. Move on down the road. There's Mr. Fang.
That's a lot of threes.
Yeah, I stutter, so who knows? I'm sure I might have thrown a couple of extra ones in there. There's Miss Natalie Smith. I'm sure her mama's probably watching with her. Hello there, Frank Smith,
Howdy.
The motorcycle man himself. There we go. We're moving on down the road. There's Dave Jackson. The Reverend Matthew Gaines. Reverend. Whole bunch. That's right. Dean Cooper's a reverend, and Rodney's a reverend. I'm not sure where Rodney is today. He might be busy. Let's see here. Spike Jeff. Hello there, Spike Jeff. Glad you were with us, and that has been a little bit. Obsidian Radio is checking in. Hello there. The Squatchin' Cowboy. Hello there, the Squatchin' Cowboy. Glad you could join us as well. There's Eric Wright. Eric Wright, what is happening to you too, sir? Kim. Man, every time.
You got a little on you that time.
Yeah. Your Hobo Man 5. How delicious is that? I don't know. There's Matt Hooper. Hello, Mr. Hooper. Hanging with Mr. Hooper, or is that Mr. Cooper? I can't ever remember the name of that.
Mr. Hooper Cooper.
Cooper duper, super duper. There's the Reverend Rodney Dupree. Hello there, Reverend. Glad you could join us tonight, sir. Moving on down the line. There's Sam Squanch Rivera. How you doing there, Sam Squanch? Glad you're seeing there. There's Miss Brenda Sproul. I think that's a new name for the web for the Hangout shout out. Glad you've joined us tonight as well. Dwayne Sauceville. I believe that's another new name that I hadn't seen before. Welcome aboard, sir. Keith Smith is in with us as well. And there is Cameron Young. Welcome, Cameron Young.
I don't know, while, dude.
If girlfriend is watching with you, but welcome and hello to her as well. So glad everyone is in the house saying hello. I'm doing a little scoop up here to make sure that I didn't miss anybody, because sometimes my fat fingers go a little faster than, although my new computer doesn't seem to have a problem, because this is like full screen with 3 freaking video sources. And I think I got a video game running on the other side of it. There's all kind of stuff going on. So yeah, I think we're cool. I think we've covered it. If I haven't said hi to you, well, say hi to us, because we're going to take this moment to go back. And, oh, yeah, that's...
I'm seeing a lot of people saying howdy, hi, what's up? Sorry for my stuttering stupidness.
Stuttering stupidness on a stick.
God dang, that boy ain't right.
Already that boy ain't right. There it is.
Well, that's my purse. I don't know you.
Let's give it time for our Quasi. It was a little late for Valentine's Quasi, but we'll give it a rock and roll here for our Quasi Theory of the Week. And now, Quasi Theories from a Quasi Scientist with your host, Dean Cooper.
Valentine's Day, Schmalentine's Day. Last week, Tuesday, was St. Valentine's Day. Exactly who was this bugger and why do we care? Officially, his full moniker is St. Valentine of Terni. Officially, he was the bishop of said town, although some sources say he was also the bishop of Narnia. No kidding, really, Narnia. It's now the Italian city of Narni, but back in old Rome, it was Narnia. Also, officially, he was buried at a cemetery on the Via Flaminia close to the Ponte Milvio to the north of Rome on the day he was martyred. But he didn't stay there long. He got dug up by some of his disciples a day or two later and hauled back to Terni to be buried again for a while. I say for a while because, as Wikipedia says, St. Valentine's remains are also believed to be in Dublin. In 1836, some relics that were exhumed from the catacombs of St. Hippolytus on the Via Tiburtina were identified with St. Valentine, placed in a casket and transported in a procession to the high altar for a special mass dedicated to young people and all those in love. Also, in 1836, Father John Spratt, an Irish priest and famous preacher, was given many tokens of esteem following a sermon in Rome. One gift from Pope Gregory XVI were the remains of St. Valentine and a small vessel tinged with his blood. The reliquary was placed in Whitefriar Street Church in Dublin, Ireland, and has remained there until this day. This was accompanied by a letter claiming the relics were those of St. Valentine. That ends my required quote from Wikipedia. How he got from Terni to the catacombs in Rome is anybody's guess, along with how anybody could tell the body was his. Maybe he tunneled, burrowed his way. All roads lead to Rome, as the saying goes. He was supposedly beaten and beheaded on the 14th of February in the year 269 of the Common Era. Or maybe 270 or 273. Opinions vary. The day remains consistent despite the conflict of years. Therefrom we get Valentine's Day. I say supposedly beaten and beheaded because he's not in the earliest list of Roman martyrs, the chronography of 354, and only pops up in the Martyrologium Hieronymianum, which was compiled between 460 and 544. He must have gotten to the list before the final version because he got his official feast day declared in 496 by Pope Gelasius I, who included Valentine among all those, quote, whose names are justly reverenced among men, but whose acts are known only to God, end quote. I take this to mean that Pope Gelasius I hadn't a clue as to who Valentine was or why he was put in that list of martyrs. The feast date is our modern St. Valentine's Day, of course. St. Valentine is the patron saint of epilepsy, fainting, plague, beekeepers, betrothed couples and other lovers, chocolatiers, and greeting card companies. I threw the last two in for obvious reasons. Nobody associated him with the last three until Chaucer showed up and wrote his Parliament of Fools, written sometime in the 14th century. Now here's where I go quasi on the whole St. Valentine thing. The man, the day, the whole shebang. No one knew he existed until that first list from the late 5th century, around 200 years after he became a wandering corpse. The Roman Church was big on absconding with pagan stuff and rebranding it. Christmas, Easter, plopping cathedrals down on old pagan temple sites, swiping pagan gods and renaming them as Christian saints and martyrs, the list is near endless. The old Roman pagans had a holiday they celebrated on the Ides of February, the 15th of February. It was the Lupercalia, and it honored the goddess Februata Juno, one of the many goddesses of sex and fertility. There's your start of it all. Goddesses, sex, and fertility. Enough said. I rest my case. You may read the text of this on my blog at bydean.com. That's BHAIDIN.com.
That's right, everybody. Bydean.com. That's Bydean.com. I hope for the last 5 minutes there was something playing because I really couldn't hear it. So
I couldn't either for the last 5 seconds at least.
all right. Well, the last 5 seconds is probably okay. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I was going to say, was there something about bees in there?
I have no idea. Bydean.com. All right. So,
because if that's the case, next Valentine's, I'm just throwing beehives at people.
Beehives. That's right. Well, the pictures are no longer in that one. Thanks, sir. Cracky McJacky. There and that one we can close now because that one doesn't have them either. There you go. That's the one that I was looking for here. You know,
Bald Hank.
You know, if everybody would, if these web designers would stop putting 9,000 goddamn advertisements on every motherfucker, I would stop using an ad blocker. But as of next week, I will have to because this drives me insane.
Also, it just slows down the show.
It's like one or two I could understand, but there's like 9 ads on this page. Load it. Anyhow. Sasquatch.
Find your center.
Sasquatch. All right, so there he is. Yeah, blank squatch. I mean, is this Hank before his hair was laid on him? It sure looks like it.
Yep. What it looks like to me is if the classic mummy played by Boris Karloff fucked a Bigfoot. And this is the bastard love child of that unholy union.
Bastard love child of a Bigfoot and Boris Carlyle. Took the body on a nationwide tour, but then he admitted finally to lying about the whole thing.
And in unison, a lot of people just announced, yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
Self-proclaimed Bigfoot hunter Rick Dyer has claimed to be the first person to have ever killed a Sasquatch, but he recently admitted on Facebook that the whole thing was a hoax. In January, Dyer said he had finally shot the mythical creature in a wooded area of San Antonio, Texas on September 6, 2012. Now, the whole thing about this hoax was it was set up intentionally to like hurt people. And ultimately, like we talked about last week with Steve Coles, he had people fly out to actually view the thing and then never showed up with it. And then, ha ha ha, I made you fly across the country. And he was like, yeah, I flew across the country, had some drinks with some buddies, and then flew back home. Thanks for the free ride. It wasn't that big a deal. You didn't control anything. But I mean, people literally paid money to go see this sideshow of a Bigfoot, of a dead Bigfoot on tour.
Yeah, I did see something. Didn't he make $60,000 off this?
Well, that's what he claimed. Whether that was true or not, who actually knows. But in the same token, people probably paid him that kind of money to do it. I mean, there's the Minnesota Iceman. There's old Dyer laying next to Hank's head. Here's a better colored picture of, over the top of Hank. That's, nearly not believable.
I think Dyer, when he's doing his hoaxes, he should just stick to the already made Sasquatch costumes, like he did with the ice bucket one.
Yeah, right.
Because that was Dyer too, right?
Yes, absolutely. Last 2008 Bigfoot in a freezer was Ricky Dyer and Tom Biscardi, and Tommy didn't have much to do with this one, but in the end,
with people that fell for this, I gotta say, it's kind of like fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Because
right. Kind of, yeah. It's kind of the whole thing. And then, after all of this, he tried to sell Bigfoot tours where, where he would take people out and, I'm the best Bigfoot hunter in the world, the tracker. I was hoping they'd have a picture of the truck, but I just don't see it anywhere. And it's like everybody wants to bury this story. It's pretty bad, but in the end, there it is. How did so many people fall for this one?
I was wondering if people were they really falling for it? Because I always thought of it as a case of just like people doing this as kind of like filler to be like, well, there's nothing really happening this week, so let's just run this stupid story about this guy who thinks he shot Bigfoot.
Oh, they actually found the molds.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. See, there's the original concept. There is the face mold.
Yep, that's they destroyed the mold. Good. That wasn't really worth anything anyways. Probably.
That's the guy who made it?
Yeah, I'm guessing that's not his best work then. I'm pretty sure.
Like you said, you probably like, hey, dude, I got like $50. What can we do?
He was probably just like, I don't know. I would honestly love to sit down and talk with the artist who made this.
Well, look him up, man. Monster maker Chris Russell.
Chris Russell. I think I've heard that name before.
Yeah,
all right. Yeah. I'd probably interacted with him. The whole effects community is kind of like a tight-knit group. Everybody knows everybody.
I doubt that he's the one that did the Thriller Cat.
I'm feeling like he's at Patrick McGee's booth is what's going on here.
But yeah, there's the Hank, there's the Hank the Bigfoot face mold. Most definitely the same mold. You can tell by the negative of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the positive of it, and then there it is, covered in hair. That's crazy.
Man, absolutely, you really didn't do a good job at cleaning out that mold. Well, no offense, Chris Russell.
For how much money you got invested in time in this thing, yeah.
I'm pretty sure you just did it as like to get some little fuck you money.
Maybe, or just to get the publicity out of it. Yeah, I made that thing. He took it on tour. I mean, it's just crazy. I remember when he, had it standing up and posed with it. Remember that? And then that picture disappeared.
Is that even the same one?
Yeah, that's the same Hank. Yeah, that's the same Hank. This would have been a better hoax, but that wasn't the case. Yeah, oh God, I clicked on Pinterest. Now they're gonna send me 900. Now they're gonna send me 900 freaking emails.
How Pinteresting.
So Shooting Bigfoot overall from Morgan Matthews gets an 81% audience score. It's watchable. If you want to see the origin of this one, that's where you can go and check it out. It's really horrible. It's the origin of the 2012 Bigfoot on tour. This poor bastard here hoax. If you want to do a better hoax than this, get a hold of Collier.
Yeah. Also, don't offer me $500 because you're not going to get very good stuff for $500. There, I'll shill myself out to all the hoaxers out there. I'll show you how to do a real hoax.
All right, well, let's get some late shout outs in here before we go out tonight. There's Killing01. Hello there, sir. Glad you are with us, as well as Gustavo and James Thornton. Stopped in a little bit late, so glad you are all out there as well. And I don't want to miss anybody. There's one, Claudio Tonin. Hello there, back at you. So glad you guys all checked in a little late as well. And I think that is going to cover everybody without missing anyone. Thank you so much all for being here tonight. Really, yeah. How do you wrap this crap storm up?
Honestly, I would just love to talk to the guy who made this and see what the whole backstory to this is. And I think, honestly, the most interesting thing in prepping for the show was when I looked on Google Images. The most hilarious thing that came up was, let's see, what was it? One of the image results was the cover of another Bigfoot erotic novel. It was by a guy named Hank. So funny coincidence.
Right.
It was, let's see, Monsters Made Me Gay, Bigfoot Gangbang. So there. If you guys want some erotic literature, just look up Hank. He provided us with a Bigfoot Gangbang.
Yeah. There's a senator out there that's into Bigfoot porn.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. He's heavy, and he got elected too. It's kind of crazy. God bless the USA. And with that, I think that's where we are going to put it to an end tonight, my man. I want to thank you. Whoop! There, kicked him out again. There he is.
I just keep getting kicked out of places. What
hey, I can dress you up, but I can't take you anywhere. Hey, by the way, their Sea Dog McChinbeard. The battle jacket is fantastic.
Well, thank you. I just added a couple of new patches to the back.
Oh, nice. And what about the new tat?
Oh, we just got my Jason finished up. It's looking killer. And my tattoo guy threw in an awesome little Cult of Thorn tattoo on my wrist for all you
forgot
Halloween.
That part of Sea Dog McChinbeard's the master and leader of the Cult of Thorn.
Oh yeah, I am the official leader of the Cult of Thorn now. So if anybody did not like what I had to say tonight, well, sorry to say, but I'm gonna have to sick Michael Myers on you. So.
That's it. And I did see that Sasquatch has turned up late into the room, so we wanted to give a big shout out late to them as well. And with that, everybody, as they say, blip, 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 blip. That's all, people. Because
that's all, folks.
The other one's actually, copyrighted. Let's see how much trouble we can get in. That one doesn't want to play. Okay.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Gotta love that movie.
I'm here to do one thing, is to bring one of these creatures back. I don't want to talk right now.
So don't get mad.
Just keep the camera off right now, okay? I said I don't want to talk. You got it? Joan, get me a Snapple.
Quit pushing the wrong button. There we go. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. Big shout out to everybody that shows up late.
Peter saying farewell.
Shout out to my boy Sean. He's out there somewhere, I'm sure, probably working hard, working late. Going to be the youngest Kelly to graduate high school. Kind of proud of that. Well, get a diploma, high school diploma anyhow. So long, farewell, Avita, say goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Good night. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week. It's right here on the Squatchers Lounge podcast.